Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this full moon in Cancer, January 3rd, 2026 psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch the entire video because this full moon in Cancer is not just going to affect your sun sign only. So if you know the elements that correspond to your sun, your moon, your rising sign, and your cusp sign, you may want to check them out. Because remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And as I said, if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you might want to check that out. So, all that being said, now on to your psychic crystal reading for the full moon in Cancer, and I'm starting with the element of Earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You could feel overwhelmed. Now, it could be overwhelmed with emotion. It could be overwhelmed by other people and their behavior. It could even be overwhelmed in your workplace. Or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed about bills. You know, after the holidays, right, you spend a lot of money and then you could feel overwhelmed by the bills that start to roll in. Some of you earth signs are going to be expressing yourself in a different manner. So if you're normally like really bold and upfront and, you know, like to the point and blunt, maybe you'll be like softer, more quiet, take a more quiet approach. Or it could be the reverse. Some of you earth signs are going to want to see someone you haven't seen in a long time. It's like this urge is going to come up in you. So if it could have been an old love partner or a longtime friend or a relative you haven't seen for a long time or a boss that you used to really like, you may have this strong urge with wanting to contact them, wanting to see them and reconnect with them over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. Some of you earth signs are going to be buying something very expensive. It could be a house, it could be a boat, it could be a car, it could be a jet ski, it could be a computer system or something, just something very expensive. Some of you earth signs are going to be learning something that maybe when you were a kid growing up or were in school or in college or in a training program or just in life, you didn't learn all the way. It could be a new language you want to learn, or it could be something you just never really, grasped well in the past, or it could be some new thing coming in, new technology, new interest, new language, but the energy here is you learning something. And for some of you, it's something you tried to learn in the past that you didn't quite grasp. Some of you will be making a new friend. So if you go to any clubs, groups, organizations, or any big parties, gatherings, or any big outings, I feel that you could meet somebody and start having a good rapport with them, and you may end up becoming good friends with them. Something that you tried to do before and it didn't work, or you failed, or something happened. You're going to try it again and you're going to succeed. Now that kind of sounds like the prediction about learning something, but this could be something else. This could be like trying to start a business and it failed, but you'll try it again. Or you tried to learn how to ski and you were terrible at it. Well, maybe you're going to learn, try, and do it again, and you'll be successful. So here are the 3 cautions for the earth signs. This full moon in Cancer could cause some of the earth signs to overindulge in eating or drinking or both, or recreational drugs. I don't know what, but I get like overindulging. And I feel like for many of you, it's food. It could be circling around rich foods, heavy foods with a lot of like cream, dairy, seafood, but it could be like desserts and pastries for some of you. And I feel like the caution is because I don't feel like you're going to feel well. Like you're going to overindulge and then you're going to have a stomach ache, or you're going to feel like have some kind of physical reaction. Some of you earth signs have to be careful because I see you snapping something, you're breaking something. So it's like if you're trying to fix something, a cord, a post, a cord, a wire, something, maybe it's on one of your kids' toys and you're like, I'm trying to fit it in, I'm trying to, adjust it, it's going to snap and break. So be very careful if things are not giving way the way you want them to. If you keep doing it, you're going to break whatever this is. But I feel like it's a cord, a wire, it could be a stick, something on a stick. I don't know, but I see you snapping and breaking something. Some of you earth signs have to be careful because I see you getting worked up and it's over nothing. So you could get really worked up and be upset about, like, I feel like it's like I don't know if I want to say a preconceived notion. It's like you're misreading something, or you're misunderstanding somebody's words or reactions, and you're getting really upset about it. But it turns out like it's really nothing. Like what you got worked up over, you're going to find later was not what you thought. So it could be somebody saying something and you taking it the wrong way, or you seeing something on a video or on TV or somewhere, and you get all upset and worked up about it, and then later you find out, oh, it wasn't what I thought it was. So you get upset over something that you didn't need to get upset about. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This full moon in Cancer is going to make some of you water signs feel like you're riding high. Like everything's coming up roses. Like things are falling into place. Things are moving your way. Like it's an uplifting and a positive energy for many of you water signs. Some of you are going to make something overinflated, bigger. It could be like if you have a business, you're going to expand it and make it bigger. If you worked on some kind of project, something you're working on, and you thought, well, maybe I'm near being done. No, you're going to stop the process and inflate it, make it bigger. It could be if you're cooking something, you may be making bigger batches of things. If you're writing something, you may expand the story. If you have your own business, you could be adding new products and services and making your business bigger. Some of you will start your own business or company under the energy of this full moon in Cancer over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. And I feel like for many of you water signs, it's actually like, it feels like a good time for you to do it. Like, because I feel like it's going to work out. Some of you could go on a date with someone new or a new friend. It could be a new friend or it could be a date. But I hear breaking bread with somebody new. It could also be somebody that you're going to start working for or working with or in collaboration with, or you're joining forces in some way, or but someone new. And I hear breaking bread with someone new. So over the next 2 weeks or up to 30 days, you're going to be eating either breakfast, lunch, or dinner with someone that's new to you. It could be a date, but it could have the other implications I already mentioned. If you were hoping to get some kind of money, like a grant or a loan, whether it's a personal loan from somebody else or from a bank, or some other type of financial institution, or a grant, I feel like you get that money. If you are in the public eye, my guides say you are going to become like a star, or your star is rising. So you could get recognition if you are on a YouTube channel or Rumble or somewhere else. You could be like a rising star. You could get recognized. You could get more notice, or it could be in the theater, on stage. It could be in movies, or even if you have a business, maybe your business that you own is going to become more popular, more well-known, because you're a rising star, or your star is rising. So that's positive for you. Some of you water signs could receive an award, a reward, or a nomination to be leader of a club, group, or organization, to be hold some kind of public office, or something on the school board, or something at a club, group, or organization you belong to, or in the workplace. You could get an award, a reward, or a nomination. So now here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. Some of you water signs are being too strict with someone. And it could be one of your kids, or if you're a boss, it could be your employees, or if you have elderly parents that aren't, you have to manage or watch or, take care of or whatever. You may be being too strict with them. And I feel like not only could it make them feel bad, but it could make you feel bad later on. You have to be careful about your finances. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. My guides are saying you need to spread that money around. So you should invest in, sorry, this incense is just wanting to blow at me really strongly for some reason. You should invest in land, stocks, crypto, something else. Like, don't put all your investments or all your money in like one thing. They're saying you need to spread it out and diversify. You have to be careful of being sarcastic or something on that nature, on those lines, because my guides say that some of you water signs could create some kind of drama that's unnecessary. Like, you could have a tendency to overreact, or to, overreact. Be very dramatic about something, and it creates a bunch of havoc and drama. That's not going to make you look good. And later on, you could feel bad about it, or it could just cause other problems. So keeping things like even keel, low key, that's the way to go. Not to like overinflate emotions, or having dramatic reactions is not a good time for that over the course of the next 2 weeks or up to 30 days. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. I just want to let you know here, there are some videos that I record for Vimeo and my Patreon shop that you might be interested in, that will give you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you might be interested in. My Big Love readings for 2026 are available for singles and couples for each sign of the zodiac. Those links are for these videos are down below in the description box in the Show More section. You can also get these links on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. And the Patreon link is also down below. And the Patreon link is also on my videos page of my website. So you can get them either on Patreon or Vimeo. Also, my New Year 10-card Celtic Cross, my New Year 2026 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot readings are available for each sign of the zodiac. If you want to hear what my guides had to say in a 10-card Celtic Cross spread for you, that's 10 cards, lots of messages and predictions there. You may want to check them out. And in any of these videos, you may want to get not just your sun sign, but you might want to get your rising sign and your sun sign, or your moon sign, or if your cusp sign usually speaks to you. Whatever normally resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings, I recommend you get that sign when purchasing the special video series I record. Lastly, don't forget my psychic crystal readings for the month of January 2026 are available. They are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I do every month. So if you want to hear additional messages from my guides for the month of January, those links are, the link for those videos is also down below and on my website at theluckymermaid.com. And thank you so much for all of your purchases. It is what keeps this channel going. So now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This full moon in Cancer could make the fire signs jumpy. You could feel very jumpy and edgy over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. I get some of you fire signs wanting to say something really strongly to someone, and it's like right on the tip of your tongue, but for some reason you're biting your tongue or you're hesitant to say something. So I feel like you're having this like inner war or inner dialogue back and forth about, oh, I really want to say this to somebody, but I'm afraid. Now, or you're concerned what would happen. It maybe you want to ask somebody out on a date and you're like, am I going to get rejected? Or maybe you want to ask somebody to do something with you and you're like, I don't know, I feel weird. It may not be a date. It may be something else you want to ask someone, but it's like right on the tip of your tongue. But I see you like, you get ready to do it and then you kind of like back off of it. So I don't know whether you will do it or not. It'll be different for all of you. This is a general reading, so have to see how it goes. This full moon in Cancer could make some of you fire signs real bold and want to take on like new projects, new plans, new ideas, new businesses, it could be home projects. It could be personal, enrichment and personal work on yourself kind of projects. It could be business projects, but I get you're being brave, you're being bold, you're going to do these projects. I feel that some of you fire signs need more time to sort something out that you're trying to figure out, and it could have to do with taxes or something like if your work gave you a project with a deadline and you're like, I can't meet this deadline yet because there's way too much this, that, and the other that has come up. So you may need an extension on paying bills, paying taxes, or on any projects, or, maybe a client or customer has, ordered something from you and you're like, you know what? I got all these other things popped up and I don't want to rush it. I need more time to finish your order or your project. This could be a month, 30-day period where something you say or do or create catches on. This might be the time where you come up with a hilarious meme that it catches on, or a video you create that catches on, or a catchphrase you make that catches on, or something that you create or do that is like super popular and catches on, and you could be like real proud of yourself over it. And because something you do or say or create becomes really popular. If there was something you wanted to stake your claim to, especially if it's in an auction, or if you're bidding on a house and other people are bidding on it, or you're bidding on an auction or something like that, you're going to win it. If there's any like competition, like, oh, we're fighting for it, who's going to get it, who's going to win, you're going to be the winner, the fire sign. Some of you fire signs, now I don't know that it's going to happen in the 30-day time period, but my spirit guides say for some of you fire signs, love and romance is just around the corner. So I don't know if it will happen during the 30-day time period, 2 weeks to 30 days, or like right after it, but my guides are like, it's just right around the corner. So if you've been looking for new love, it looks like it's coming in for many of you. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. Don't talk too much. You're going to say too much. So be careful if you're trying to, if you go on a job interview, or you meet somebody new, like on a first date, or, you're trying to sell some product or service. Don't talk too much, or also if you go out on a date, or you have a new boss, don't spill your guts. Don't tell them everything. You got to be careful about that. You could talk too much or share too much information. Some of you fire signs are going to feel dizzy. You got to be careful. If you're climbing on ladders, wow, you better be super careful. Or like if you go up on a roof to fix something, or you're climbing up attic stairs, or stairs that lead to a second floor in your garage, or like I said, climbing up on a roof, or even just maybe you don't even have to be climbing anywhere, because I get you feeling dizzy and you could fall. So be careful. If you start to feel lightheaded or dizzy, stop what you're doing. Don't try to power through it and push through it, because you could hurt yourself. You need to be really, really super careful of what you eat. I would not eat any kind of, what pops up into my mind. I don't want to get in trouble by saying something that would get people mad at me in the food business, coming after me. I'm just going to put it this way. One time, my kids and I were on the beach. They were kids, and they had, I won't say the brand name, but it was red licorice, okay? That came in a pack, and straight sticks of it, but swirled. And they tried to give it to seagulls, and seagulls will eat anything. Really. I've seen seagulls swoop down and take a sandwich out of somebody's hand, holding it, and a slice of pizza, holding it on the beach. Like, you can't do that. They'll come swooping down right there, but they'll eat anything. Well, these seagulls, they were trying to give them this red licorice, and the seagulls would have nothing to do with it. And I've also seen ants not eat it, like certain candy, and I've seen that specific thing that I just mentioned, and ants won't touch it either. So one of the cautions for the fire sign is you need to be careful, especially if you're eating candy, and especially if the candy has red food coloring in it, that's colored red. I would not eat it. And you need to be careful of what you're eating, because I get like toxins, poisons, but I don't feel like, oh, somebody put poison, like it's not like you're being poisoned by somebody specifically trying to poison you. I don't mean that. I mean, nobody should eat it. So be very careful. I would not eat a lot of candy over the next 30 days or ever. And I would really watch any kind of processed, prepackaged foods, but especially candy, and especially what I was talking about that we tried to feed that my kids tried to give to seagulls. And my sons are 29 and 24. They're both getting ready to, their birthdays are soon. They're going to be 30 and 25. And my 25-year-old still talks about that, how he couldn't believe that the seagulls wouldn't eat it. So listen to the advice there. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I feel that some of you air signs are really going to be upgrading your skills. So it's skills you already have, but you're upgrading them over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. And it could be through your own study and your own research. It could be taking online classes or courses. It could be, people that you watch on the internet, or reading books, however you're going to do it. If you have to write something, an email, a letter, or a book, or anything in writing, you are going to be spelling it out very specifically, very distinctly, like dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's, being very specific and detailed. Some of you air signs are going to be so inspired to get rid of things that you don't need or use anymore. You're going to be like, heave ho with the stuff that's got to go. Heave ho, you got to go. That could be people in your life too, but especially stuff. On the same token, some of you air signs are going to want to take things that are old or that you haven't used in a long time, and you may resurrect them and start using them again, or try to tweak them and improve them, or refinish or refurbish them yourself to continue using them. So you're not going to get rid of everything. There's going to be some things that you're going to try to reuse or upgrade and make better, and then continue using it. I feel that some of you air signs are going to like how you feel. You're going to feel better physically, but you may also feel better in a more positive frame of mind over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, but hopefully it'll continue on for you past that. If you have any big important meetings, you're going to be the one that's going to bring like boilerplate issues to the table. You're going to be the one that's going to be like, look, we need to examine this, or this is a problem or a pitfall that needs to be corrected or addressed, or, this stuff can't keep going on. We need to, so whether it's business meetings, family meetings, the air signs are going to be the one with all the bullet points and the talking points, the bullet points. And so you may be kind of like running the show, and people are going to listen to you. Some of you air signs are going to get, as my guides say, jolly good news from a family member. So some of you are going to hear somebody's getting married, somebody's getting engaged, somebody's having a baby, somebody got a promotion, somebody got hired, somebody moved. I don't know what the news is going to be, but to quote my guides, jolly good news from a family member over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So now here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You have to be careful of spending too much money. You may want to look at ways to save money, cut costs. I wouldn't feel like, I'm just going to live like a millionaire and I'm going to be one because I'm going to live like one. So I'm spending my money. No. I have to step in and say, I like the philosophy, but not over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. Some of you air signs need to know you're grating on somebody's nerves, and they're talking about you behind your back, and they may be saying it to your face as well, because I feel like you're correcting them or maybe being too nitpicky. Like maybe you think you're only saying something to this person or a couple people once, but no, you've repeated this thing that you may not really be paying attention, that you've told them 5, 6 times already. And so if you're being like critical or tell you need to do this, you better do that, and that's not right, and you say it over and over and over again, you're really getting on people's nerves. And they're not going to pay attention if you keep doing that. They're going to rebel. You don't want rebellion. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I'll tell you what my guides say. If you have breakable things, you better wrap them up in bubble wrap and put them away, because I see things breaking, like crystal vases, crystal glasses, other things that are breakable, collectibles. I don't know if there's going to be an earthquake or like something happens where a shelf falls and this stuff was just sitting on a shelf and nobody was paying attention to it. Because I get like breaking glass, breaking crystal, breaking vases, breaking this, breaking that. Like, so if there's things that you have that are breakable, that you're not putting out to look at, or you're, it's like sight unseen, if they're not protected or wrapped up well, for some reason, those things are going to break. And maybe you care about some of those things, even if you're not using them. So any glass, china, breakables, collectibles, anything of value that you care about, but you're just not using right now, but it's unprotected, not wrapped up carefully, you need to wrap that stuff up over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, because something is going to cause like a shelf to fall, or like, maybe somebody's friend or spouse is going to pull the pickup truck into the garage too far, and there's a garage shelf with stuff in it, and they're going to smash into it, and all the breakables are going to break. I don't know where you store your stuff, but something's going to go on, and I don't want to see you heartbroken over things that you care about. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for liking my videos, and thank you for sharing them and for subscribing. I do truly appreciate it. I do like to see this channel grow, and I do appreciate all of you that follow my readings here on YouTube and Rumble, and for all your purchases of my videos on Vimeo and Patreon. So if you're interested in seeing any of the special video series I do record for Vimeo or Patreon, I have a slide here. You can look at the list. You may be interested in getting some of these videos. And if you find my readings accurate for you here on these YouTube and Rumble readings, you may want to get the special videos I record. The links for these videos are down below in the description box in the Show More section. I also have these links on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. If you'd like to donate to this channel, there is a donation link down below. It's connected to PayPal. And I do thank you for all of your kindness and generosity over the years of your donations. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help me a lot. So thank you so very much for that. So I hope you all have absolutely amazing energy that comes to you from this full moon in Cancer on January 3rd, 2026. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.